Timothy Lesko joins us now to talk more about technology and what's driving it. He's principal at Granite Investment Advisors. Tim, always good to see you. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Oh, thanks for having me, Bill.
So, just a few months ago, as Bertha was pointing out, down so sharply, and now we're back. But does that mean the problems that were plaguing the group, the problems with semiconductors, the slowdown in sales for smartphones, the trade concerns, are those gone now?
I wouldn't say that all of the concerns are gone, but a few of them have been taken off the table. Particularly, investors see that the Chinese trade negotiations seem to be going well, but, or better than anybody expected. And on top of that, a few of the individual stocks had some very stock-specific news that went their way. So it was a nice combination of both stock-specific news and market news in general.
And what are your expectations for the earnings that she was just mentioning for some of these giants that are to be reporting soon?
Well, the same factors that brought the stocks down pretty heavily in the fourth quarter of last year led to analysts really cutting their estimates. So these companies don't need to grow that much to beat the lower expectations that Wall Street has set for them over the next few weeks. So we expect a good earnings season out of technology.
And what about the semiconductors? I mean, they are a benchmark for the whole industry right now, and they have suffered greatly. What's your outlook for some of those companies right now, the Intels and others that are out there?
Right. Well, certainly you have Intel, Qualcomm, and Broadcom, which Bertha had mentioned. All three of them had very, very specific reasons why they were struggling against a broader tape of technology that had done well. And they have each of them have solved those problems that we were worried about. So in Intel's case, they are getting out of the 5G chip business, which they were really struggling in, and investors saw that as a really positive light. So we really have good expectations for all three of the major chip makers, and all of them are trading at a reasonable valuation. So there's plenty of room for them.
All right. Well, so far so good for that group as it moves higher. Tim Lesko with Granite Investment Advisors. Thanks again for joining us tonight, Tim.
Thank you for having me.